Sparking Zero is going to save anime games. Or at least that's what I told myself a year ago. But hey, it's not that bad, right? Is it just trendy to trash talk Sparking Zero right now, or is it really just that bad? Not gonna lie, it's a little bit of both. So let's talk about the good and the bad 1 year later. Let's start with PvP. I think PvP is where it should have been when the game came out. I know y'all remember the giant meta. Yajirobe with the sensu beans. After image strike you to death. The android grab spam. What about Gogeta? Gogeta melting health bars and solos. I mean, to be fair, that was lore accurate, but I mean, come on, everybody was running Gogeta and UI. That's not fun, right? Yeah, now all of that's been fixed, so if all of that's been fixed, why are the fans still angry about Sparking Zero? No content. They just dropped a new map in September. They dropped a new event. The game came out in October. It's been a whole year. They dropped the map 11 months later. It's almost like they said, let's just get this new map out the way so they can't say we took a whole year. You might as well say it took a whole year. You might as well say it took a whole year. Now, if I had to come up with a reason for the lack of content, I would say it's because they did spend a lot of time fixing and balancing the game. Can't drop content for a game that isn't even balanced yet, right? Bro, Tenkaichi 1 had 10 maps. Tenkaichi 3 had 23 maps. Sparking Zero has 12 maps, I believe. Mind you, Sparking Zero, I'm pretty sure you already know this, but for those who don't know, Sparking Zero is technically Tenkaichi 4. How do you have less maps? I bet you Xenoverse 3 not gonna drop with less maps than Xenoverse 2. I bet you Xenoverse 3 not gonna drop with less characters than Xenoverse 2. So why give Tenkaichi 4 less maps than Tenkaichi 3? Man, speaking of characters, Bandai dropped a trailer celebrating 200 characters, and it still feel like we missing so many characters. How we don't have the strongest character in GT?
Nobody can beat me when I'm Super 17!
How we got Super 17, but we don't got Super 17, bruh? Make it make sense. Now, they did update the custom battles as well. I used to have a lot of fun with the custom battles, making my own scenarios, but it kinda got old and tedious scrolling through thousands of text just to find the right dialogues. And on top of that, they should have just gave us an option to enter our own custom text. Instead, they just added more text options and more cutscenes. More scenes are cool though. Does anybody even still make custom battles? That's a mode with so much potential, gone down the drain. Mostly due to how much of a hassle it is to navigate. So what about the story? Story mode hasn't gotten any updates. Why my boy Vegeta story mode stop at the Buu Saga? That's real disrespectful to the Prince of All Saiyans and the second main character of the show. If anybody's story should be as long as Goku's, it's Vegeta's. Even Gohan has some tournament of power in his story mode. And let's be real, Gohan has less screen time and way less of a prominent role than Super. Super was literally the Goku and Vegeta show. I'm not hating on Gohan if it sounds like I am. I'm glad Gohan got some TOP in his story mode. Piccolo's story ends at the Android and Cell saga. They could have time skipped him to the TOP. The what if scenarios are cool, but the story is also dragged down by the lack of cutscenes. This was supposed to be the biggest DBZ game. Now that I think about it, it's the first DBZ game truly launched on this gen. This was the perfect opportunity to blow us away with some high quality cutscenes. Hopefully Season 2 bring us some story updates. I highly doubt it, but even Xenoverse expands the story with their DLCs, so it's possible. Bro, let this sink in real quick. Sparking Zero is getting cooked by Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 is about to be 10 years old, bro. We can't get Black Frieza in Xenoverse, so they gave us Ultra Super Villain Frieza. You know, they give us the what if characters. You can actually play as the what if characters in Xenoverse. You can't play as the what if characters in Sparking Zero. Why we can't play as Gohan Black? He's in the game. He's the only what if character and we can't even play as him. What does Sparking Zero do that you can't do in Xenoverse or in Kakarot? Let me ask y'all that. Yeah, y'all forgot about Kakarot, didn't you? Kakarot came out like 6 years ago. Kakarot has good gameplay, good story, and good graphics. Kakarot has the entire story of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, the beginning of Super, and even Daima now. It has good gameplay, graphics, and combat. Like I said, the only thing that Sparking Zero has better is the gameplay and online mode, but Kakarot does everything else better. But that first week of Sparking Zero was some of the most fun I had in gaming in a while. Before all of the cheese, everybody learned the cheesy tactics. Everybody was talking about Sparking Zero. It had the gaming community in a chokehold. The Grade 8 Vegeta boss fight had everybody stuck. Like, it was just so fun. Playing online was fun. And then after that, it just slowly started getting toxic. That's when the metas came. For Season 2, I want to see a lot more modes. Give us a tag team mode. Give us a survival mode. Give us more alternate costumes. Give us more maps. Have we ever gotten King Kai's Planet in a real DBZ fighting game? Bring back classics and maps that should have been there, like Kami's Lookout, the Glacier, Space, Planet Vegeta as its alternate. Speaking of alternates, did y'all ever notice we actually already have the Universe 10 version of the Supreme Kai's Planet in the game? Why isn't this just a playable alternate version of Supreme Kai's Planet?
You know, for just a plain old Kai, you're pretty strong.
Yes, just like Gohan Black, this is actually in the game, in the story mode. All they had to do was change the color of the sky. Here's the regular version. Here's Supreme Kai's Planet. You see the sky is purple. In Universe 10 it's yellow. In Universe 7 it's purple. It's just small things like this that just show Sparking Zero wasn't even ready. And that's the problem with a lot of games nowadays. I'ma just leave it at that though. Let me know what y'all think, and I'ma catch you on the next one.